6'8" from Tennessee, number 12, Tobias.
The New York Knicks getting healthier. OG, Jalen do season. Ream. So this is the start of a gauntlet for New York. Brunson got him to open play. It's a three.
Well, that's a big one for him because he had his worst shooting night of the year 2 weeks ago against the Pistons. Didn't make a three all night, so to get that first one's big.
Yeah, if you're Thompson, you like, no. You don't want him to see his first shot go down because he becomes a handful when he sees that first one goes in.
Cunningham misses on the fade. Brunson thought there was contact from Thompson. Now they'll work it to the other side, and Bridges. Hard drive, kick, OG Anunoby, shooting practice. Can't hit the three. And the ball deflected out of bounds off of New York. Defended by Anunoby. Robinson in and out. And Hart has got the board. Robinson shooting 40% from downtown.
And been it even better lately.
And a travel called on Brunson.
The Pistons defense has bothered Jalen Brunson.
Harris, New York native, off the mark. That first meeting was a 121-90 Detroit victory. Cunningham had 29 points, 13 assists. Hart, he got denied by Reed. And a break opportunity here. Thompson, no look. Robinson, ball fake, the flyby, and the jumper is too strong. Long pass, caught by Hart. Touchdown, Knicks on the jam.
Well, that's
Unseld-like. Paul Reed on the interior cracks the seal for Detroit.
Well, that's what Detroit will do, Dwayne, is even when you score, they're coming right back at you. This team's third in the league in fast break points, and they're not all off the turnovers.
Well, that makes Jalen Brunson turnover a little better because it wasn't one that allowed Detroit to get out in transition. It was one that they had to take the ball out on the side. You can get back, and you can set your defense.
Absolutely.
Missed by Anunoby. The Knicks are 2 of 5 from the field. The Pistons are 1 of 5. Thompson gives up his dribble, needs some help. And Towns nearly got a steal. Reed with the handles. Reed, that's a step back J, and it's short.
I think New York will be pretty happy if those are the shots the Pistons ends up getting tonight.
Knicks come in number 3 in offensive rating, number 11 in defensive rating, but much improved over the last 12 games.
Yeah, not last 12 games, Ian. The best defensive rating in the league.
Brunson with the shaken. The mistakes in the first half of the season. 13.6 turnovers per game, 4th fewest in the NBA. Compare that with Detroit.
Than anything and anyone.
And Brunson adds to the New York lead. Detroit comes in 15.3 turnovers per game, 23rd in the NBA. They are number 1 in a bunch of categories. Steals, forced turnovers. Cunningham, short. Harris got his hands on it, and Bridges with a loose ball foul.
Well, both these
He's going to come out too high. He's going to allow for that shot, and he's going to get it right there all night.
And the 3-ball won't go. The Pistons are 1 of 8 from the field. Brunson turns the corner on Cunningham. Feed it, wide open look. Bottom, Bridges.
Well, Bridges is number 1 in the league in corner threes made. That's his 61st one of the season.
Ball movement leads to a Harris baseline delivery, and nothing is going down for Detroit. Offensive rebound, Reed to Harris, and that's short off the rim. And knocked out of bounds off of
team Detroit, but they made 33 threes in the 2 games against New York this year. And quite simply, if Detroit's going to make threes, they're going to be pretty hard to beat.
I think they're getting great looks, and I wouldn't be mad at these misses right now. It finally goes for Cunningham because they're getting great looks. And so you eventually feel if we continue to get looks like this, they will fall.
Field goal percentage defense, Detroit's right near the top. They're number 2 in the NBA. They're 5th in defending the 3. But Stan, you alluded to it. Shooting the 3 has not been their forte. And that ball rolls off of Hart. Towns way outside. Somehow that made its way to Bridges. The bullet feed and the awareness of Hart to hit Bridges for 2.
Well, that's great ball movement, and you see one of the reasons New York's one of the best offenses in this league.
Cunningham hangs and hits, plus the harm.
Force Cade Cunningham baseline to his strong hand.
Yeah.
Your help's got to be a lot quicker than what it was right there.
Half-court set here for New York. They lead the Pistons 11-8.
Coach, I don't think that's the game plan. I don't think sending Cade to a strong hand.
Spin. Anunoby gets the roll. That was pretty.
Well, that's an area over the course of his career where he's really improved, being able to put the ball on the floor and make plays.
And Anunoby makes the defensive play. Opportunity for the Knicks to extend their lead. Anunoby wants it against Cunningham. Isolation. 10 to shoot. Towns.
That's all.
And it bounces off the front of the rim. He wanted to call down low against Reed. Thompson hasn't been involved here offensively. Oh, killer cross. Dish. Cunningham gets it to go. That's a highlight.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think you just reverse jinxed Asar Thompson saying he hadn't been involved.
Well, that's the role of the play-by-play man. Get guys motivated.
Yeah, you certainly did.
13-10. Knicks.
Got him.
The bump. And Harris is going to the free throw line.
But he didn't use his athleticism and just take off. He stayed on his feet. He stayed on his feet, which allowed him to make a great pass to Cade. Cade's
power the ball up.
Mitchell Robinson in, Mohamed Diawara in. So Diawara remains in the rotation ahead of the newly acquired Jeremy Sohan, who Mike Brown told us is probably going to get worked in slowly. Pistons sticking with the 5 on the floor. Brunson, the Euro, no. Robinson got a tip attempt, and it's cleared by Reed. 1-point lead for the Knicks. Cunningham couldn't bank it in. And now a break if the Knicks can run quickly. Hart right down the middle. He banks it home.
Hart's a great finisher. You get him in transition, he's going to finish the play. For a guy who isn't a great athlete over the rim.
Well, Coach, also, too, he does not get any play calls. That's his opportunity as Tobias get the and one.
A chance at a three-point play for them with a chance to tie this game up. And does not. 5:30 to go in the opening quarter. 4 team fouls against New York, just 1 against Detroit. Diawara way outside. Mike Brown impressed by Diawara's feel. Robinson, kick, extra. Brunson, short. Knocked away by Diawara. On his horse is Harris. Ooh. Was that a self-pass? That's what the fans thought. Cunningham knocks in a triple.
Told you we weren't worried about Cunningham coming out missing those shots early. He's got into the rhythm and the flow, but he's getting all the shots that he wants.
Pistons up by 2, their first lead. Diawara to Shamit. It's off. And Reed with the board.
Well, Reed's doing a great job. And they did this to Mitchell Robinson the last time. He had no offensive rebounds.
And another changes here for Detroit. Ron Holland II is in, and Dennis Jenkins, who played here at the Garden for St. John's. In fact, his former head coach, Rick Pitino, is sitting courtside. Jenkins has been one of the great stories in the NBA this season. Brunson gets to the 10.
You know, even though Brunson scored there, you look at Thompson's defense on him, he makes Brunson kind of rush a little bit more than probably what he's comfortable with, because he knows he can't play around with him. So it makes him go a little faster.
That ends an 8-0 run. No look, ball movement. Jenkins gives it up. Cunningham sticks it.
Wow. I mean, Cunningham's a 33% three-point shooter, but against New York, he's lit it up every time they play, and that's his 3rd 3 already in the first quarter.
Diawara
pass
into Robinson for the flush.
That's 2 impressive passes by Diawara. One across
New York.
That's
and
right.
He is of his music career.
Inside, Holland, great post up. Reed feeds him, and they get the bucket to go to extend the lead to 4 as we start this second quarter. Iron Eagle, Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade, the coach Stan Van Gundy, Cassidy Hubbard, the rest of our NBA on Prime crew. Alvarado draws the big. Reed. Bridges is back in. Diawara as well. Towns has got the smaller Holland. Alvarado, the speed, and the floater goes.
And one thing Mike Brown said about Alvarado is his energy is contagious. And you can see it whenever he enters the game. It's like a spark plug immediately, not just for the team, but for the entire city.
Reed inside to Green, who draws the foul. Diawara was there.
Basket with the ball. I think he's got to get down there.
Tap into the action.
The Pistons buried the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns had 4 points, 1 rebound, and 6 turnovers. Didn't play in the second game. He's got to get involved here. That's where their biggest advantage should be, other than maybe Alvarado.
Alvarado gets to the cup again.
Well, you don't want Cat not engaged. You don't want to disengage Cat Anthony Towns. And so I think it will be important for him to touch the ball, feel the ball, because if he doesn't, he's going to rush every opportunity he gets.
And Reed rocks the rim. Beautiful setup by Cunningham.
Paul Reed, always ready to go, Cassidy.
Ooh. Absolutely. I mean, actually, his nickname, B-Ball Paul, that's where it comes from. Just being around the gym, always around the ball, always playing, and it's stuck. And he told me his mindset right now is simple. I just got to keep showing everybody, including myself, that I can come in, be consistent, play the right way, and help my team win. And when I asked him what he has to prove to himself, he says, 6 years into this league, I understand the mistakes I made, and I can't make them again.
OG Anunoby, the defensive play, and then the leak out for the bucket. He's got 2 blocks tonight in the first half.
Well, the Knicks turning the tables a little bit on Detroit there, getting offense off of their defense.
Cunningham one-on-one with Bridges, playing with the 2 fouls. Cunningham the spin, the lean, the follow, no. Right through the hands of Reed. Green, he's going to hoist. Air ball and a shot clock violation. 22 points in the paint. The Pistons have 16. It's 8-3 in fast break points in favor of New York. Alvarado, they got blocked by LeVert. It's a run out. Holland find LeVert in the corner. Alvarado flies by, and LeVert can't make him pay.
Coach, did Paul Reed remind you of UD a little bit?
A little bit,
yeah, a little bit.
With the energy, the rebounding.
The activity, that's what I love.
Oh, a dunk wedgie! It doesn't after the wedgie. And Reed and Towns will do the honors.
There is more pushing and shoving here on a jump ball
than it is on a.
Towns steps away. Shamet guides it to himself, and the Knicks controlling.
They got to get Towns involved in this in the half court.
Towns has 1 field goal attempt.
He only had 4 field goal attempts the first time they played.
There we go.
Looking for him. Defense there by Green. Poke away, and it's out of bounds. Checks back in with Harris.
JB Bickerstaff talked in our meeting, Coach, about him watching them play early on in the open gym, how physical the team was versus each other, and how to channel that into opponents.
The miss by Alvarado. Cunningham, attack mode, stripped the ball by Shamet. Cunningham recovers, had it blocked on the inside. Bridges was draped all over him. Shamet, bullet feed. Bridges on a fade. Too strong. Towns, offensive rebound. Towns, Baker, no. And a foul.
That's what Karl Anthony Towns got to do, in my opinion. He's got to.
Because they see that it affects him. It affects his play. It affects his mannerisms. And so they're going to be extra physical. So he's going to have to put that hard head on in them Timberlands. And let's go out here and go to work.
Alvarado with a quick first half. Cunningham gets a clean look. Put it on the board.
That's great execution on the out-of-bounds play. Came off the back screen. Then as they inbounded, came off the pin down, just balanced up and knocked it in.
He's got 16 points on 6 of 16 from the field.
Yeah, well, he's only 3 for 11 from 2.
Towns, no. Grabbed by Robinson. He's fouled. So Robinson is going back to the free throw line.
Controlling that is tough with a big guard that can come off and shoot that.
Pistons are 13 of 32 as Robinson goes 1 out of 2. Brunson remains on the bench.
That one looked good.
That one did look pretty good. I mean, it still goes fast, though. Man, that's got to be close to 90 miles an hour.
LeVert misses from the outside, and it's rebounded by Shamet.
Well, Alvarado just competes. He competed on that play right there. You know, obviously it was a missed shot, but he competed on that. That's what makes him tough. He brings his toughness, his intensity to every possession on both ends of the floor.
Shamet, wild attempt. And there is a foul. Comedy legends Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson.
Then I go A+, I guess. They don't want just me. It's all good, Coach.
Yeah, there you go. That I understand. Okay, that one I get.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, you'll show up on that show with your 7 Labubus and go to town. 36-35, Detroit. Hart back in. He's defending Harris. 7 to shoot. Robinson, they send a second body to Harris. He gives up his dribble. Inside, Thompson just hanging out underneath, and he flushes it down.
That's a great pass by Tobias Harris.
Definitely.
Alvarado, leave it for Bridges. Back, Alvarado. It's off, short. And the rebound controlled by Harris.
Hand-to-hand combat down there with Tolu Smith and Mitchell Robinson.
Early offense. Alvarado goes down, and then New York.
Well, we've got the undrafted guard matchup now.
Oh, Harris ducks in. Big finish. And
Steph calling Cassidy.
Security blanket. Just because, you know, he's always steady and he's always
business opportunities about being in the league for as long as he has. Drop it inside. Robinson leans in and gets the roll.
Well, that's important, and you just said it. The business opportunities. A lot of guys have a lot of money, and you don't trust a lot of people, and you don't know what to do with it. And when you got a guy on your team that is very good in business and will sit down and help walk you through things, that right there is priceless.
Off the mark, Harris, but the cleanup for Smith. It's Tolu on the interior. Smith, originally from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, moved to Hawaii before his junior year of high school. Brunson, the pull-up pump. Won't count. Harris, extra feed. Thompson can fly, and he lost it on the way up. Retrieved by Alvarado. 3-point lead for the Pistons. Brunson, one-on-one with Harris, gets around him, floats it up, no. Robinson, tip attempt, won't go, and cleared by Smith. Thompson, lob, catch by Smith in traffic. LeVert watched by Shemet. Thompson trying to give it up with 8 to shoot.
No spacing.
Thompson sizing up Shemet. Helped by Robinson. Shot clock winding down. Open look for Harris. Kaboom!
Great pass. Once again, understanding the floor, understanding the balance of the floor, knowing where your teammates are, head up, even when you're in an attack is important. By the way, Coach, if Tolan is the 4th big on this team, they got some good bigs over here,
You
man.
aren't kidding, man. J.J. Bickerstaff said he had confidence in him. He thought the matchup with he and Mitchell Robinson would be a good one.
Yeah. Missed by Shemet. Return feed Alvarado. Rims out. And the Knicks having major issues from 3-point range. They are 1 of 14 from downtown.
Well, they've only shot 33% in the 2 games against Detroit coming in, and this is